mother's pride and joy, you know, but she will never let him go. His family want to run his life, and the girlfriend wants to be the wife. And when he's proudly on the beat, women all shout, he's too young to be out. But they will eat their words, he knows, when he's Inspector Penrose. Rosie, Rosie.
You've no time for reading that.
Ida, I'm retired. I've got nothing else but time.
Exactly. If you don't keep going, you'll stagnate. Do you want to deteriorate as a person?
I'd quite like to give it a try.
Finish your breakfast. I don't want you under my feet all day.
I look back with nostalgia to how nice you were to me when I had pneumonia.
You're weak, Norman. I don't blind myself to your faults just because I love you.
Blind yourself?
You don't even need glasses.
If it wasn't for me behind you, you'd let yourself go completely. You'd vegetate.
Vegetate? You've got me spending more time out in that garden than the rhododendrons do. Green fingers is one thing, but my knuckles are coming into bud.
But you liked gardening.
Not 8 hours a day.
You used to tell me just how much you look forward to retirement so you could potter in the garden.
A 48-hour week I'm doing. That's some potter.
There's nothing sadder than a man without a useful occupation. I always think that's why those awful revolutionary people are so restless. I want you to take advantage of the nice weather.
Been a long time since we've had rain.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You're entirely your own master out there.
That's like saying Uncle Tom from Uncle Tom's Cabin is self-employed. Morning, Auntie Ida. Uncle Norman.
Good morning, Michael. Looks like it's going to be another fine day.
Well, you can't win them all.
You ready for your breakfast? You can sit in your Uncle Norman's place. He's just finished.
Possibility of another cup of tea. Why don't you sit here, Michael? I've just finished.
I can sit here.
It won't make any difference. Sentence has already been passed.
So go on, then.
Just let me remember it the way it is now. Snug, warm, a little sanctuary full of the odours of human companionship and fried bread.
Men. They're all right once you've got them started, but they take so much starting.
You're going to change his whole personality. He had this indoor job all his life, and now you keep exposing him to all this fresh air and sunlight. He's going to have skin like a prune.
I don't want him under my feet.
Suppose he goes all out back in Australia and starts slapping your rump and calling you his Sheila.
Be careful. I said be careful. I want you to promise me to take every precaution. Be on your guard.
Well, all right, if you insist. But may I remind you, I'm only eating me breakfast.
Don't make a joke of it.
The mortality rate of breakfast is surprisingly low.
Don't laugh. You know what I mean. It worries us, you being a policeman.
I think it upsets me sergeant a bit sometimes.
It's such a wicked world. Sometimes I wish we were back in the bad old days when at least it was safe on the streets.
Well, that's progress, folks.
Will you take this tray up to your mother? She'll want to see you before you go.
Oh, I'm not going round the world single-handed. I'll be back at tea time.
If you don't get stabbed. Policemen get stabbed.
It's not compulsory. Oh, good God, Auntie Ida, she'll never eat this lot.
Don't underestimate your mother. It's all a big act, this frail and bird-like look.
It's no wonder she's always tired. She must be exhausted by the sheer scale of the digestive process.
She'll pick her way delicately through that lot, all right. She was the same as a child. She used to look like Shirley Temple and eat like Victor McLaglen.
Auntie Ida.
All right, I won't touch. Just see if I care when somebody dents that lovely smooth head with a bottle.
I don't know how you can be so soft with me and so hard with Uncle Norman.
Me? Hard with Uncle Norman?
Postman's just been.
Well, all right, put them down. Go and dig something.
If that's a knock, come in. But if it's builders with heavy machinery, please go away.
Good morning, Mother. Can I come in?
Of course you can, dear, if you manage to squeeze past the workmen who seem to be out there resurfacing the landing. Oh, I'm sorry you chose a profession with such a noisy way with doors. I never thought to hear a son of mine breaking down my door. Your father never broke down my door.
Not even on the way out. How are we this morning then, Mother? Shall I put the tray down, or would you rather keep the use of your legs?
Just put it down, and if you could just manage to rearrange my pillows, I might be able to toy with a morsel of something. Your Auntie Ida's a good plain cook, but she lacks subtlety.
She certainly lacked it with Uncle Norman. Better?
Is what better, dear?
The pillows.
Oh, you were doing it for me. I thought it was all part of your training. Elementary police brutality or something.
Can I get you anything before I go to work?
Don't stand near the window in your uniform, dear. I would hate the neighbors to get the impression that anything illegal was going on in my bedroom. Oh, and don't creep away looking furtive. When I was your age, I had dash and swagger.
Sounds like two dogs.
Style, dear. That indefinable quality that allows a lady even to ride pillion on a motorcycle.
I can't imagine you on a motorcycle.
Oh, yes. They were considered quite chic in my day, among the younger modern set. We all yearned to be swept away by a young man on a sunbeam.
Well, see you later this evening, Mother.
God willing, dear. I want you to promise me that if you have to handle any rough persons, you will wash your hands immediately afterwards.
Here are your sandwiches, dear.
I warn you, anything you say may be taken down and used in evidence. Have you cut the crusts off again?
Well, of course I've cut the crusts off.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't, Auntie Ida. Crust is regarded as a sign of healthy masculinity in police sandwich circles. No wonder they call me Rosie. I've already been accused of harbouring effeminate sandwiches. There's a distinct hush falls on the restroom every time I open that lid. It's very embarrassing.
Just make sure you eat them. One of these letters is for you.
For me? Oh, God, it's from Gillian.
Why shouldn't it be?
Because I only saw her last night.
Dear, shy, sensual Constable mine.
Gillian all right?
I sometimes wonder.
Just a note to say just how much I'll miss you because I'm not going to see you today. But I quite understand that occasionally you have to stay in and study for your promotion exams. Which is typically the kind of sweet idiot that you are, you fool. Instead of marrying me and becoming promoted immediately without exams to a piece of Daddy's money. Just because you imagine you don't love me, you mustn't think that makes us incompatible. Daddy and Mummy often seem to hate each other, and they're married, aren't they? So I hope you can't do your mouldy old exams for thinking of me. I know I'm only a short person, but I've got a decent bust, remember? Masses of goodwill and energy. Dear Rosie, if you get fed up with homework, if those fabulous eyelashes start to droop, ring me at home and I'll come round immediately and stare you straight in the chest and defy you to resist. Yours, devotedly, Julian.
Thanks, love.
Goodbye.
Auntie Ida, I'll be back at tea time.
If they come near you, hit them with something.
Well, that's a bit naughty if they've only come to ask the way.
Here, put this in your pocket.
Auntie Ida. Here.
You're a good lad.
I'm off then.
Take care.
And you?
Oh, I shall be all right. I shall potter about a bit, and I shall come back here for a bit, and I'm learning Russian, you know.
I didn't know that.
Thought I'd try Chekhov in the vernacular. Odd world it's becoming.
Yeah. I think I'm looking older. It was there in the mirror while I was shaving this morning. A much more experienced policeman-like face. Not actually rugged. I'm not claiming that. But there it was. The face of a mature man of 17. Which is damned annoying when you're in your 20s. No wonder nobody thinks I'll ever make a policeman. Am I observant enough for a policeman? Or should I know where every nest is in our garden? Not just the blackbirds and Uncle Norman's.
Hey, this is living, curb crawling and picking up gorgeous young policemen.
Gillian, what are you doing here?
Well, I woke up this morning and realised I wasn't going to see you today. So I thought I may as well come and see you today. Come on, get in, I'll give you a lift.
Just drive, Gillian. Don't start messing about this morning.
My letter,
Yes, I got your letter.
so you can kiss me just there.
Gillian, there is no reason why I should kiss you anywhere. I wish you'd stop pretending that our relationship is anything more than a kind of
Fate.
nightmare. We are not getting married.
You're just prejudiced against short people.
Oh, start the car, Gillian.
You want to go somewhere and practice being engaged?
I want to go to work.
I suppose basically your problem is you've got this weird idea you don't love me.
I'm terrified of you. You're a lunatic.
Listen, just there.
Would you start the car?
Your chin feels rough this morning.
Honest? You're not just saying that?
It's rougher than it used to be.
Oh. Oh, it's still not very dark, though, is it? I can stay up till midnight and I still don't get a 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, let's stay up together and watch your 5 o'clock shadow coming in.
It never does come in. Do you think I'm looking any older? Any more world-weary?
We ought to spend more time burning your candle at both ends.
Oh, it's not the craggy sort of face you see riding into town in the best westerns, is it? You're accepted much more readily as a policeman if you've got a face like leather and hawk-like piercing eyes. How would you describe my eyes?
Seductive.
It's not funny, Gillian. Come on, car. You've got no idea of style. Police vehicles are supposed to come screaming to the scene.
Not on this kind of hill, they're not.
Would you be too embarrassed if I got out and ran ahead for a while?
Just settle down, young Rosie. Don't be so damn keen.
All right. As long as you're not willing it to go slow in case your hair falls out. It's not every day we get called out to help the CID.
Don't get excited. That mob only call us out when they need somebody to lift something heavy. Hello, it's Detective Constable Orr, the blue-eyed boy, fresh from his triumphant tour of licking his chief superintendent's boots.
Don't be being cynical, Wilmot. I'm not listening. I'm very impressed with CID men. I think they're colourful, romantic figures.
We're off to attack this start. What kept you? Look, if I miss them now, it's down to you.
Have you got a couple of thieves for us, or are you just out to make trouble for us uniformed policemen?
Keep your heads down. They're in the clubhouse. There's 3 of them in there at least.
Do you mean there's a robbery going on? Right now?
Well, I've not broke in there to ride bikes without lights, son. Who the hell is that?
PC Penrose, he's all right.
I'm sure he's delightful. But he's not exactly a brawler, is he? I mean, with a face like that, he's not going to frighten the ungodly.
Well, he'll do his best, he's keen.
Yeah, but supposing it turns out rough in there. I was expecting him to send down a couple of right stranglers. I mean, look at him. Oh, God.
If he waves any more, give him one back.
Did you hear him call me son? Just move over there, will you, son? I hate people who call you son.
I knew he'd have us carrying something.
Look, we still don't know how many there is in there. What we ought to do is cover all the exits. And then ideally, some keen type ought to volunteer to go in there and flush them out.
Forget it, you're not sending that kid in there on his own.
Synchronised watches. We go in at exactly 28 minutes past. You go in from the front, son. Wilmot and me'll hurtle in through the rear. Right. Go and get the ladder so we can crash in through the skylight.
I'm not vindictive normally, but I wish things would happen to people who call you son. You're under arrest.
What's all this talk about arrest? Would you believe we were just mending a fruit machine?
This place is surrounded. At this very moment, other policemen are coming through that door behind you. I say again! At this very moment, other policemen are coming through that door behind you.
Come on, oh, pull your finger out. The lad's on his jacksie.
Now get back! If you come in here, I shall break this canister of tear gas.
Just our luck, eh? We have to get son a Kojak.
I don't mean to do it. You'll all be vomited and weeping for a week.
It doesn't connect. There's no way through. I'll go from the other side.
Wilmot, mind the rope!
I warn you, other policemen are coming through that door behind you.
How do, young Rosie? Playing ping pong, are we?
Where have you been?
I couldn't get through.
I thought you'd gone home.
No, I was just outside, straining me back. Well, what are we going to do with these three? Take them in our car, or what?
Well, we'll take them down in their own van. Adaptability. Always use what's available, son. All right, son?
You ought to be shot, you thieving lot. Driving around in a heap of rubbish like this.
It's not our van. It was parked up there when we got there.
Oh dear, Detective Constable Orr. I think you just pinched a van, son.
Like a boy to you, but he's proud to be a boy in blue. People think he's rather dim and try to make a fool of him, but one day he will change their minds, make them believe that he's not so naive, and they'll be proud to be